Okay, guys, first I wanted to start off this video by saying that I had uploaded something yesterday. Well, now scratch that. This is still today, I think. This is not yesterday. This is not tomorrow yet. Yeah, it's not tomorrow yet. I had uploaded something on Monday, the 14th, and it was immediately blocked as soon as I uploaded it. And it wasn't even a full video of anything. It was just clips of different Bill Burr performances, and his usage of the mic was being analyzed. That's what the video was. And it was kind of frustrating because I'd spent all this time editing it and talking about it, you know, my typical thing, and it was just blocked right away, blocked. And I didn't have time to get another one up. So the reason that I'm starting off with talking about that is because at the end of that video, I talked about, the video's in dispute. I have no idea when or if the block will be listed. So I felt like I needed to add this commentary that I'm getting ready to talk about, or what I'm getting ready to say, to this particular video I'm working on now, because I don't know if my blocked video will go up in time. It's a long ass introduction, you guys. I'm sorry. You know me. What I had mentioned at the end of the other video is that on Sunday, December 20th, I don't know what time yet, I'm going to be doing a live stream with my boss, Jeff Hayes from Sound Booth Theater. We talked about it in the interview video that I did with him couple weeks back or so. I can't remember the exact date. Maybe I'll link it somewhere in the video. But we talked at the end of that video, we talked about the Sandman, Neil Gaiman's Sandman. I actually said his name right. Sandman audiobook, which is really more like an audio drama. And we both talked about it, and we both agreed that we would have a live stream discussion of the Sandman. We gave ourselves enough time to finish it so that we could do a live stream discussion about it on December 20th, Sunday. I don't know what time yet. Maybe as the week progresses, I will figure that out better, and I'll be able to sort of make a more official-ish announcement as far as the time. But I wanted to mention that so that you guys, if you've listened to The Sandman, if you haven't, you might hear spoilers, but if you've read the comics, I don't think anything would really be spoilery, obviously. But come join us for the, in the chat for the live stream discussion. It'd be kind of fun. Never done anything like this before, and I don't even really know what I'm going to talk about. I guess we'll find out when the time comes. Okay, so that's out of the way. Jumping into this particular video is something that one of my fellow Sound Booth Theater folks had recommended to me several weeks ago, and it's called Sassy Justice with Fred Sassy, from South Park's Trey Parker and Matt Stone, with Peter, I'm not even going to try to say that last name. Anyway, I'd never heard of this before. Obviously, I know about South Park, Trey Parker, and Matt Stone, but I've never heard of Sassy Justice. And he told me, Justin, the guy that recommended this to me, told me that this actually kind of deals with a video that I did a reaction to a few days ago, and that was the deep fake video of Arnold Schwarzenegger as Dirty Harry. So I decided, he had given me this, he'd suggested this to me a long time ago. Like so many things have been suggested to me, and I just, I kind of get to them as I'm in the mood for them. So I decided that now was the time to go ahead and check this out, especially because of the other video that I had done about the deep fake. I don't know the first thing about these videos, so I honestly don't know what I'm walking into. Let's find out.
Channel 9, Cheyenne, Wyoming.
The times they are a-changin'.
Here in Cheyenne, scammers are finding new ways to take advantage of you, the consumer.
Oh, this is recent.
Now, with a technology called deepfake,
You can get screwed over and lied to in ways never before possible. Hi, I'm Fred Sassy. Today, we'll dive into the world of deepfakes. Plus, is a local Cheyenne dialysis clinic charging too much for dialysis? All this and more right now on an all-new Sassy Justice.
Hey,
Cheating all over the place, coconut cream pie in your face, call it justice.
Sassy Justice.
Absolutely don't grab
Fred Sassy, Sassy Justice. Why is this door closed?
Call it justice.
Sassy Justice.
Coming for you.
Sassy Justice.
all right.
Call it justice.
As human beings, we all rely on our eyes to determine reality, except for blind people. Not sure how they do it. As Cheyenne's leading consumer advocate for over 30 years, it's my job to keep a constant eye out for hoaxes, fakes, and bullpoop. But what happens when scammers deliberately
Gosh, you know what? This cannot just be me, you guys. This dude looks like Donald Trump. I don't know. Surely that's not me. That's not just me. He just reminds me of him. I wonder if he's ever played him in like a spoof or comedy or something. Okay.
hoaxes, fakes, and bullpoop. But what happens when scammers deliberately want to trick our eyes? Suddenly, we're no better than blind people ourselves. We might even be worse.
It's true. I had
They're
mentioned that in
called
the
deep
deep fake.
fakes, and some people in Washington think they're a threat to our democracy. One of those people is former Vice President Al Gore. I was able to speak with him in this Sassy Justice Zoom-exclusive interview.
No.
Mr. Gore, let me start by asking, why are politicians in all of Washington so concerned about deep fakes?
Well, what has
Whoa,
people...
whoa. Okay. This has to be a deep fake. He's supposed to look like Trump, right? Isn't he? And is this really Al Gore just playing along, or is it a deep fake of Al Gore? Wait. Okay, my mind is blown a little bit, you guys. Okay.
So concerned about deep fakes?
Well, what has people in the government really scared is that deep fakes can put words in people's mouths.
Okay.
You know, make people say things.
That's right.
Like
Dustin was telling me about this.
vagina and poop. and then you've got senators going around saying vagina poop. But they didn't say vagina poop.
But you're saying deep fakes are already out there.
Yes, deep fakes are
Okay.
everywhere. I'm serial. I brought along a video. I want you to watch this video. What you're about to see is not really Tom Cruise. Someone took the computer and they made him say and do things he wouldn't say. Now watch, and remember, this is
so
not
timely.
Tom Cruise.
Hi, I'm Tom Cruise. It's me, Tom Cruise. Vagina poop. Vagina poop.
All right.
But this is Tom Cruise that I'm watching.
This is what I'm talking about. It fooled you, and I'm being serial, but you don't even know what's real and what isn't. That's the problem with deepfakes. That's why we all have to take it serial.
And the former vice president was right. Combing through the internet, I found hundreds of deep fakes. There were ones of
Scarlett Johansson.
Vagina poop.
a few of Tom Hanks,
Vagina poop.
and even our beloved Carrie Underwood.
Vagina poop. Vagina poop.
It's disgusting and hurtful. And many of the celebrities are now coming forward saying they've had enough.
And do you know who's putting these out there? It's like Russia, which is like the worst country in Europe, because they have nothing better to do because it's shitty and cold over there. And they just eat beef stroganoff and dance with bears.
Oh, God.
Okay, next question.
So how do we defend ourselves against these
Crazy,
video
guys. This
scams?
is actually
I
really
have
well
answers.
done.
Plus, it's the viral video of the president everyone is talking about. That's next, right after this word from our sponsor.
Are you feeling run down? Have you been diagnosed with type 1 or type 2 kidney failure?
Then come on down to Cheyenne Dialysis. We've got all the deals and all the customers that made me
the dialysis king of Cheyenne.
I mean,
full kidney dialysis, just $89,999. Two-day full kidney dialysis, $199,999. At these prices, you can't afford not to get dialysis. No insurance, no problem. We'll work with you using your mortgage, will, or other assets. Stop being a burden on your family and come get dialysis today. And don't get it from anyone but the dialysis king.
On the corner of Laramie and Fairfax, right next to Applebee's in downtown Cheyenne. Justice!
As a black belt in Taekwondo, self-defense comes naturally to me. But how do we defend ourselves against deep fakes? My next guest says all we need to do is listen. It's Academy Award-winning actor Michael Caine.
The human brain is a very clever thing, and it can detect the differences in what is a real voice and what is a fake voice. And, you know, a human being could be a good enough impersonator or actor to pull it off.
Wow. Couldn't you just get someone who's like really good at impersonations and dub the voice?
The perfect impersonation, it can't be done. It's impossible for a human to accurately mimic somebody else's voice to 100%, where you just think that's him or her, you know. I saw the Tom Cruise deepfake, and like everybody else, I was like, blimey, that's Tom Cruise. But I listened. And you know what? There's little differences in the deepfake Tom's voice and real Tom's.
It's me, Tom Cruise.
And I listened, and I could hear differences in the voice. Tiny little mistakes.
I can see the green.
To tell a deepfake, all you got to do is watch with your ears.
I tried watching the internet with my ears for several days, and honestly, I just got confused. There had to be another way. I spoke with my computing expert, Lou Chang, at the Cheyenne Institute of Technology. At the Institute, they have been researching ways to detect fake videos. Lou Chang says they've been using it to analyze the recent viral video of the president.
That's right, Sassy. You see, by using algorithms, we can actually deconstruct the images, and the computers can tell us whether they have been manipulated or not. For instance, let's just look at the video of the president that went viral last week.
Wow.
Mr. Trump, are the rumors true that you had a stroke?
No. No, look. They said I went to Walter Reed Hospital. I had a stroke. I didn't have a stroke. You know, I beat coronavirus. I beat COVID.
Mr. Trump.
Chris, I beat... Oh, boy. Stroke.
Now, you see, I can get the computer to get down to the finite pixel level.
Mr. Trump, are you having a stroke right now, or are you just making fun of people with disabilities?
Oh my God.
It looks like the president. It sounds like the president. And simply by running the footage through the deepfake analyzer, we can determine that it is, in fact, 100% real.
No, I'm okay. I'm good. Can we just cut out that little cough and the little stroke?
Oh my goodness,
now,
you guys.
Let's look at the footage that went viral of Dr. Fauci.
But you've got to do 3 or 4 or 5 things that are absolutely critical, Judy, because we know they work. And that is universal wearing of masks.
Again, we see that the computer is using its same detection techniques. And we can, in fact, see that this is a deepfake.
Whoa. That's fake?
Completely fake.
But he was just saying things about coronavirus.
Coronavirus? Completely fake.
Oh.
Of course, not everyone in Cheyenne can afford huge computers like Lou Chang. What about the home consumer? There are many at-home personal deepfake detection devices out there which claim to work just as well. I decided to try one of them out to see if another video was real.
President Donald J. Trump.
I'm dying of coronavirus.
Sometimes it takes something as big as COVID-19 to make you realize what you really have and who you are.
Now that I'm staring at the abyss of death,
it's suddenly clear to me. I'm a horrible person. I've led a terrible life.
and I can admit, of all the things,
all the crimes, all the stunts, all the dirty tricks I've pulled, all the people I've hurt, the biggest thing is, my biggest realization is this. I want to marry my daughter.
Oh, God.
The deepfake home detection system got a Sassy satisfaction rating of 0. It looks like once again, we all need to rely on our government to protect us. That's next on Sassy Justice, a government program to stop deepfakes. But who's paying for it? I speak with the president's son-in-law after a word from our sponsor.
Have you ever contemplated suicide? Do these thoughts keep you from enjoying everyday life?
Then come on down to Cheyenne Dialysis. There's no way you can outrun these dialysis deals. Early bird dialysis, just $79,000 before 9 a.m. Tuesday and Thursday lunchtime dialysis. I'll do 2 of you old farts for the price of 1. Gobble, gobble up our Thanksgiving special. $60,000 a kidney all Thanksgiving week. Do you want to feel young and full of energy like a hot girl? Then stop being a bitchy old grandma and come get dialysis today. And remember, don't get it from anyone but the dialysis king.
On the corner of Laramie and Fairfax, right next to Applebee's in downtown Cheyenne. Justice!
In Washington, a new program has been implemented to stop deepfakes. Jared Kushner has been put in charge of the controversial program. I have some hard-hitting questions for the president's son-in-law.
Jared Kushner, thank you for being on Sassy Justice.
Thanks for having me.
Mr. Kushner, why did you start the Anti-Deepfake Club?
Oh my God.
Well, there's a big election coming up, and we have to get my daddy-in-law reelected.
Now, Mr. Kushner, you're the director of this government program. Is it government funded?
He put me in charge of the Middle East.
Who did?
Trump, my daddy-in-law.
I guess what I'm asking, Mr. Kushner, is that all of this must have a cost. What is the taxpayer paying? It's got to have a cost.
He said it never happened.
Who did?
My daddy-in-law, Trump. He said the Holocaust never happened.
What?
Thank you, Jared Kushner, for being on Sassy Justice.
In conclusion, I guess that we are all blind. Just remember, next time you're listening to Tom Cruise, he might not be real.
We'll have more on deepfakes in the coming months. But now, it's my biggest story of the week. A local dialysis clinic that is taking advantage of the elderly in Cheyenne. In doing this show, there's a lot of fact-checking and investigation. That's why today, I want to take a sassy second to tell you, the viewers, that I don't always get it right. I was going to do a piece on a local business, but I guess I haven't done enough research, and I have opted to not go forward with the story. You see, the truth is, sometimes there is no justice. Sometimes the bad people just win, or cheat, or buy ads on the network so that your bosses tell you have to cut a piece because they care more about money than truth. But I can promise you that Channel 9 Cheyenne and I will always work to protect you, the consumer. I hate you. My friends, things aren't always what they seem. You have to use your own noodle. You can't let anyone sell you on anything. Not an idea, not a product. We're all going to have to trust our gut, that inner voice. It's all we have now. That's my sassy second.
Next time on Sassy Justice.
Another local Cheyenne business has to shut its doors because of the pandemic. What does the future hold for Cheyenne blackface?
What? Okay. So I went into this blind, not being familiar at all with this particular character, Sassy Justice. I was thrown by the fact that he looks so much like Trump, and then obviously it clicked that he was a deep fake, and the thing is now that character in any of the other videos that they've done, I don't know if this is I guess this is a continuing type of thing. This is a recurring sort of, I don't know, series or show or whatever, but do they always do the Trump deep fake on him, or does he look different? Because I don't remember what he looked like at the very beginning of this. I'm assuming that he would have looked like Trump at the very, very beginning, just like he always did. Let me see. Just like he did throughout. Oh, come on. Yeah, he does. So I'm wondering if this is just something that he's always looking like. I don't know what the real dude looks like now. But you know what, as comedic as this video was, it still does drive home a pretty important warning about things like deep fakes. And also at the same time, at the very end, the little sassy second message thing that he had about how, not to fall for certain things that were being fed. And yeah, this is comedy, but it's true. And it's something that I think it's important for all of us to try to remember, because we are bombarded with narratives, conflicting narratives, and especially when you think about things like, let's say, the news and the people that report on the news, and how narratives are controlled, and the public, I really feel like the public is misled about so many things. We have no idea. And so it just is important to be careful about the things that are being fed into our brain as far as stuff like that goes. The control of information. And who decides what information is going to be put out there. And then you've got things like the deep fakes. It's just it's kind of a confusing time to be in. It's wonderful in the sense of the technology and things that can be done. It would be cool if they could eventually implement deep fake technology to resurrect actors that aren't with us anymore and have them perform in a movie. That'd be really cool. It'd be kind of eerie, but at the same time, I feel like it'd be super cool, And I think those days will probably come at some point. But at the same time, it's pretty scary, because truly you won't know whether to believe your eyes and even your ears, because people can impersonate other people. That was something that just occurred to me, just thinking, I don't know why that didn't occur to me before, but you could have leaked recordings of something and it's a person pretending to be. I've never heard of that happening before, but honestly, if you think about the possibilities of deep fakes, that could be something. That could be a reality. That's pretty scary. That's actually pretty scary. I touched on, that with the other, with the Arnold Schwarzenegger Dirty Harry deep fake. I don't feel like kind of rehashing that entire thing again, but it's just kind of, this is reiterating those concerns for me. This was pretty well done. I'm not sure if I'll watch more of these videos, but it's funny that he would recommend this one to me, that you would recommend this to me, Justin, not knowing that I was going to eventually watch the deepfake thing with Arnold. But it's so timely, how all of this came together. So I'm glad that I saw the other one first and then this one, because it feels like it's connected really well. Anyway, I finally got around to watching it. It was pretty well done. I don't have a whole lot more commentary to add to it other than what I already added. And I just, for much of this video, I was just staring dumbfounded at what I was looking at. I couldn't, it was so well done for a lot of these scenes. And this isn't even a highfalutin tech company doing this. This is just these people that work on this stuff. That's it. How in the heck? So like regular people can do deep fakes? I wouldn't even know how. By regular, I mean, doesn't seem like, maybe it doesn't really take a whole lot of technical know-how in order to do something like this. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I mean, I'm assuming that the people that worked on this, they're the ones that created the deep fakes, unless they hired high-tech people to do this stuff for them. I don't know, whatever. I'm just blabbering. So I'm going to go ahead and call this quits, because there is at least one or two other videos I would like to check out before I decide to quit for the day, because I've got editing to do. If it doesn't get blocked, hopefully there will be a new video that I'll be able to put up tomorrow. That's actually now today. Okay. All right, you guys. Later.